It's time to explore trends in Korean culture. Joining us today is our trend reporter Yoon Se-young for Trend Vibes. Hello, Se-young.
Hello, Seollal.
Hello, Walter. Hello. So, just Korea's biggest holiday, Lunar New Year, is just around the corner. Starting from next Monday, we will enjoy four-day holiday starting from Monday because Monday has been designated as a substitute holiday.
Right, I can't wait for that. And it's actually even going to be 6 days or even 9 days for some people, right?
Yeah, that's if you
take
include
another
the
day off and have
weekend.
two
If you take a day
weekends.
off, yeah.
So yes, I can't wait for that. But of course, we're going to miss being on the culture wave.
Oh,
So
that's right.
I'm on the day that it's not going to be on, yeah?
Oh,
So,
I'll be
yes,
crying.
I'm very sad.
Sad.
Anyways, our topic today is probably going to be something related to the Lunar New Year holidays. But do you
Yeah.
have actually any special plans, Walter?
I am planning to hopefully rest as much as I possibly can, but I am going to do the family thing as well.
Aw,
Yes.
nice.
Me too. I'm just going to visit my parents-in-law first, and then I will visit my own parents. And I'll also be continuously eating like delicious food until my stomach finds it almost impossible to digest any more food. That's
Please
my
do that in
plan.
a healthy way, Se-young.
Okay, that's my plan. But when we think about the Lunar New Year, the classic scene of family gatherings comes to mind, preparing traditional foods, eating rice cake soup, which is called tteokguk, and children just bowing to elders to receive New Year's money, or saebaedon here in Korean. But surprisingly, those traditional Lunar New Year costumes have been changing recently. So today, I'll introduce some of these changes.
Oh, I see. I mean, Seollal or Lunar New Year is usually a very culturally rich holiday. So what changes are we seeing in the traditions?
Well, first, let's start with changes in the tradition of Lunar New Year's holiday money for those unfamiliar with saebaedon. After performing a respectful bow to elders, children, or younger family members traditionally receive money in return. And speaking of which, I believe you two are more likely to be giving than receiving, especially you, Walter. You are in your 60s, although you look
Yes.
much younger than that, right?
Yes, I know, yes.
And I have a very interesting question for you two guys. Until what age do you think people should receive New Year's money or saebaedon?
I would say at least until you're a teenager or until high school. What
Until
about
high
you,
school.
Walter?
I would agree. I think maybe until you're no longer technically a teenager.
Teenagers, okay. Well, interestingly, the convenience store chain CU conducted a survey through its app asking 800 people in their 20s to 40s. And the same question I just asked you two guys. The most popular answer at 34.7% was until they start working. And following this in second and third place were all minors should receive it, and anyone who bows should receive it. And this shows that New Year's money is not just about rewarding the polite children, but it's more like a warm gesture from adults who want to support family members who may still be financially dependent.
I find the response very interesting until anyone who bows.
Anyone
I would go around
Even
I can
bow
do
to
that.
anyone.
Yeah, I'll go.
Although
I'll
you're
do that
in your
all day.
60s, you can still receive money. Yes.
Se-young, along with the age, however, the amount to give is also very tricky, right?
Yes, and there is actually also research on that. According to KB Card last year, among 409 respondents, 46% said they'd give preschoolers less than 10,000 Korean won, that is about $7, while elementary school children often received 30,000 to 50,000 won, which is about 23 to 38 US dollars. And of course, this becomes a significant expense if you have a large extended family. It can be a burden.
And usually for little children, it's often the case that actually their parents say, oh, I'm going to keep the money for
Right.
you for a while until you really need it. Is that what you do, Se-young?
It's here's my little advice for those children: do not trust your parents.
Just keep the money
Although
with
my
you.
children are still very, very young, so they will not know. So I'll just keep those saebaedon for them.
I hope they're not watching right now. I hope that they're not learning English
Oh yeah, yes.
for now.
I'm still the same. My daughter doesn't know how much money I have stolen from her. But that's the thing. These days, obviously, not many people carry cash. I mean, I don't carry cash very often, which makes it actually quite hard to prepare. I mean, these days, many people just use card or other transactions.
That's right.
So I've heard some people now give New Year's money in non-traditional forms.
That's right. Some give stocks or mutual funds instead of cash, or parents invest the money that their children receive in stocks for them. And the idea is to teach kids about saving and investing early rather than just spending it all at once. Because children tend to spend all of the money they receive from the adults just at the convenience stores or wherever they want to spend the money.
Right. Now, Seong, adults usually also accompany the New Year's money with some words of encouragement. It's known as tokdam here in Korea. Is there also a change in that these days?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes well-meaning advice about like marriages, job, or salaries can feel like nagging sometimes, right? And this has been led some younger people to avoid family gatherings even during the holiday as well. And in response, Kakao Pay launched a playful campaign called the Nagging T-shirt. So popular nagging phrases like, when are you getting married? Or do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend? Which college do you plan to go? On the back of the shirts with QR codes. And scanning these QR codes lead to a payment link, humorously suggesting, hey, pay up if you're going to nag. And for example, when are you getting married is priced at 300,000 Korean won. That is about $230. Pretty expensive, right?
Very.
And it's a fun way for a younger generation to make light of this somewhat uncomfortable situations. And I think it's a very clever way to satisfy their financial needs as well if they need extra money.
Very creative.
I think I'm going to purchase one of those shirts anyway and just walk around the whole entire place with these just
And
to...
bow to everyone.
Are you
Yeah.
planning to have a second child? That's
No.
one of the nagging phrases.
I'll just start making my own with all these other different ones. That's a very good idea. But that really shows how much people want to sort of avoid nagging. I mean, nobody likes nagging, even though as parents, we also probably nag as well.
Right.
But speaking of traditions, rice cake soup is a must for Lunar New Year, of course. But I heard even this has seen some changes recently.
Yes, in Korea, it's said you gain a year by eating a soup of rice cake soup or tteokguk. But its white color symbolizes new beginning, and the long cylinder-shaped rice cake called 가래떡 represents the prosperity. So we have to eat tteokguk on New Year's Day. But a bowl can have 600 to 700 calories. Did you guys know that?
Wow.
It's pretty, very
Pretty heavy
yeah,
meal.
pretty heavy
Yeah.
meal, especially if you're on a diet and if you're planning to visit several relatives' homes, and you will end up eating multiple servings.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy. So
That's
now
what you're planning, Seong.
I know. So this is going to be a very nice tip for me. People are making healthier versions using brown rice or konjac, or konjac in Korean, a low-calorie alternative, and some even opt for vegan versions, replacing beef broth with vegetable stock and using only plant-based toppings as well.
Oh, well, that sounds delicious as well, especially as many people do gain a few extra, maybe not kilograms, but a few extra grams during the holidays. It's really a good idea to have these alternatives.
You usually get 2 to 3 kilograms extra.
Yeah, me too.
2 kilograms.
It's definitely
Okay,
kilograms
during the
for me.
I'll try this time to not gain any weight. But Seong, you did briefly mention how many people visit their several families, relatives, to eat those multiple tteokguks or those bowls of the Korean rice cake soup. But it seems like actually not many people are visiting their relatives as much as before. Is that right?
That's right. More people are just traveling abroad, staying in hotels, or even having just parties with their friends during the holidays. And some even take advantage of the holiday to earn extra money by working, as holiday pays rates are always usually higher than usual, and while others just simply choose to spend the time completely alone. And for those spending the holiday alone, there's even an AI virtual relative chatbot offering a fun way to feel connected. And some events even let them win New Year's money or saebaedon through this chatbot, so very creative.
Oh, you know, during the Lunar New Year holidays, while we are not on air, maybe our air anchor Ari could have a little part-time job
Yes.
by, having
earn money.
conversations with those people who live alone.
Yeah, sure.
I'd be happy to talk to Aria instead of going to my parents-in-law,
Yeah.
who hopefully are not watching at the moment.
Walter.
But while the changes are understandable, of course, it is a little sad to lose the warmth of big family gatherings and shared items, of course, isn't it?
Yes, some traditions like the immense pressure on women to continuously cook and host, or the uncomfortable advice from the parents or the adults could change, but the joy of spending time together, I think that shouldn't disappear.
I really liked how you emphasize women.
Women, yeah, continuously cook
Hey,
and
I
host a
help.
lot of people.
I help. I
Okay,
help.
Walter
Yes,
does help.
you help.
But I also wanted to mention that it's very interesting these days, nowadays, not only do the younger generations go to the hometowns to their parents, but the other way around. I also see how the elderly parents actually come over to the
They do.
capital, Seoul.
Yes, that's
So I
right,
think
that's
that is
right.
also a good idea to, have lesser burden of traveling all the way every time to their parents' places down in the south or in the east or north.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
It's also vice versa a good idea to have this traveling going back and forth.
Yes.
And
And we can also split the household chores.
Yes,
Oh, that's
that's
a good
true.
idea too.
Yes.
I think Seyoung, we could go on and on about those tiny changes happening regarding these traditional holidays. But yeah, no matter where you spend it or how you spend it, I hope that everyone is going to have a nice Lunar New Year holiday. So in advance, Happy Lunar New Year to you, Seyoung.
Happy Lunar New Year.
And thank you for that report.
Thank you.
And Walter, we're not going to say Happy Lunar New Year to you yet because we're going to see you back tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow.